Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome. Liberian people. Jesus Christ. I'm just reading some of the comments and I see this guy say George and Liberia is bigger than you and Costa. Look, welcome, man. My name is Munel Kishen, the General. We are here to discuss everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. Nothing out. Everything on the table. And please, I just want you to respect yourself. And this is not about insult. This is not about Joshua. This is not about me. This is about Liberia. And I will say it again. If you don't want to hear it, and we are defense. What do you call his name? What is his name again? And welcome, Paul Toucher. And he called himself, I don't know, we are defensive something. Look, guys, let us stop playing with ourselves. We're looking at things that would damage our country and we take it for granted. This government continue to make mistakes, continue to promote Henry Costa. That's how I see it. And George, we are making for Henry Costa to feel like his number one opponent. And Henry Costa don't have a political party. Why will you concentrate on Henry Costa? Ellen Johnson was smart enough. She looked at it. She jailed Henry Costa for 2 times, and she let it go. And what happened? They said one thing can cause noise. If you want to do your work, go ahead and do your job. The problem here is that is why people are not noticing what Joshua is doing. Whether you can fix the rules from now to judgment, but when all the little thing hanging over you, there is no way people will pay attention to what you are doing. Nobody going to pay attention to it. Seriously. You know, I will start with this. Let me go to Akara's grave first. I say it's an open mic today. Akara's grave was on Freedom FM as usual. And LBS. And making all kinds of statements because they are so ashamed. Because they think that Joshua will try to forgive them, but Joshua is not going to forgive them. They had all kinds of things to say. He was there talking about Yeke Koluba. He talking about Henry Costa. He pleading. He lying. You know, it's so shameful when our lawmakers don't even know anything about the Constitution. They just go on social media and make up stories. Make up stories. The first thing here, you do not search a representative card. It's in there. I don't know the particular plot, but you cannot just search a representative card. Let's put what right below. We know that Yeke sometimes go off script. We know that Yeke, but because of the way they treating Yeke, this man is a lawmaker. Akara Gray whipped this guy, whipped someone before, went to the man's business place and beat this man, and nothing happened to Akara's Gray. The same thing they complain about during Ellen Johnson time. That's the same thing they're doing. You see how sometimes we don't trust politicians, we don't trust nobody who try to run for public office. I'm telling you, it's hard for us to believe people nowadays. Despite everything that's going on, We don't know what the next leader going to be like. We don't know the next leader. Right now, everybody will support, even if Prince Johnson come out right now and criticize George Weah, he will get supporters. Because you know what? We just want somebody that will stand up to George Weah. We want somebody that will speak for the Liberian people. That's all. But I mean that even Costa can become president tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. Whether he will be a dictator, but that's not what we're looking at. That's not what we're wishing for right now. We're not talking about that. We're talking about now. This president, I don't know when this president will get it. Do you think President Weah will really get it? Going 2 years, few days from now, will be making George Weah 2 years into. In fact, he already 2 years. He 2 years already in office. Do you think that President Weah will get it right? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm still in doubt because I have seen a lot of things that that trigger me that say, oh, maybe he might change from this situation, especially from the elections for Mosrado County and all the other little things that go on. This man want to speak to only seditions, then he take the opportunity to batch at other people. Then you get a Kara's grave. They dress the devil. They try to go against the devil. The devil subdue them. Now they're coming back on Facebook to speak out. Molba Molu having a retreat. And if you look at the picture that they put up, it's so shameful. Where is the vice president? So everything they're talking about this vice president is truth. When you look at the picture, look, they make the whole country to be about George Weah. So my friend when I just put, I said George Weah, Liberia is bigger than George Weah. Everything CDC is doing, they're having a retreat to go and appreciate George Weah. Oh, they're not having a retreat to appreciate their party, the CDC-led government, but they're having a retreat to appreciate George Weah, and they're going around making arrangements, paying people to show up, paying people from the 17 counties to bring them down at ATS. Why you can't use SKD? Why you can't use SKD? You want to use ATS? Oh, because ATS take roughly about what? Less than 7,000 people. So that is why you won't go to ATS. If you get balls, you go to SKD. You go to SKD and fill up the place. And you always have a middleman match. But look, up to now, Joshua have not gotten there. Even the seditions. You cannot get no new members coming back to CDC. There is no new members coming to CDC. Look, you guys need to open your eyes that things are against you. The only thing that in your favor, Mr. President, is that because you are the president. The only thing that is in your favor right now is because you are the president of Liberia. So you using your office, you misusing the power of the president to go against other people that criticize you. And I will say this, it's always bad in the end. It's a painful pills in the end. Look at all the former presidents. Look at all the former presidents, what happened today. Power don't last too long. You think it might be long, 12 years. Let Ellen is free because of you. Ellen running around talking because of you, because if it was a good leader, if you were a good leader, you are going to go after Ellen to order her. Nobody say you should jail her, but by this time, your government running smoothly because there will be a lot of money that will be coming back to you. But let it there. You and Ellen, you're married. You cannot divorce. You cannot divorce Ellen. You can't criticize Ellen. I look at this picture every day when this man was crying when he received the announcement that he had won. He showed the innocent face, but that was a cry of joy. He was not crying that, oh yes, now finally I'm going to help my people. No, finally I'm going to help myself. I will help myself to the best of my ability. That is how this man started and going through all his small little projects. You see? So he cried on that day. He said, yes, it is time. The first thing he did, he broke down his house on 9th Street. He broke this house down. This house was standing up. This is the house that Joshua always brag about, that it was burned down. That lie. Nobody burned this house down. As much as I don't like Taylor, nobody burned that house down. Paul Harris, may his soul rest in peace, and other people were living in that house. Nobody burned it down. He broke it down. And then what happened? After he broke it down, he started building this house, all these houses. In less than 1 year, 6 months, Joshua put down his estate. And what? Molba Molu had it in his tip, and he confessed. The president go out and solicit money and then use it for himself. You see how bad it is? That is how Joshua been, and Joshua will continue to use your Liberian people. I'm telling you, especially the sedition. They say, child, who said will not sleep? Man said will not sleep. You're in Liberia, your sedition child, and Joshua will use you until you will give up on yourself. And even the ones that in America that are looking for a job, Joshua will use you. He will use you. I will say that. He will use you. So, yes, this president did some good stuff. This president did some good stuff. Some of the good stuff he did, he paved the road in Doe community. We saw it. It was not part of the agenda when he was taking over. In fact, they don't have a development plan. There is no plan for CDC. No CDC can never come up and say they talk about roads. When Joshua was running his campaign, he never spoke about roads. The only person that talked about roads was his name and Joseph Boyka. So whether we can go and say this and that, they never said anything about road. He went to a Doe community. Then they started doing the feeder roads, because this is what they're doing. They have already started camping for 2020, for 2023. Because Molba Molu and other people said it. They said, come in 2023, all these things will play in. So, because that's one of the things in Liberia when you're running campaign, oh, the people want you to fix that road. Oh, we want to put this road. When I was in Liberia, I ran my brother campaign. We graded the road in Chicken Soup Factory. We have to grade that road in Chicken Soup Factory. The people are so bad. They make you so. Now, George, we are capitalizing on it and trying to do all the little feeders road that when 2023 comes, he will be able to gain. Because, listen, Liberian people, we are different people. We are different from everybody in the world. Little things can change us. Little things. Even in your own group, if you're not careful, they betray you in your group. Look, whenever you are betrayed, it's the person who knows about you can sell you. You think how they sold Jesus? Jesus was sold by Judas. Judas was one of Jesus and disciple. He sold Jesus for what? 30 pieces of silver. And guess what? He took the money back. He was so embarrassed. He felt so bad, but he still went to hell, because guess what he did? He hanged himself. So he repented, but he hanged himself. So you see how sometimes God make people. Now we got a president who believe in God according to him. He's a pastor. He go to church. He preach. But I don't know which part of the Bible this president is preaching from. I don't know which part of the Bible that Joshua preached from. I don't know. I don't know which part of the Bible. Because there are a lot of things that if Joshua were really, really serious, just look right in the Bible. Look right in the Bible and you will get the message from there. Look in the Bible. It's not anything for you to be ashamed of. Every day you come up and preach. Look, sometimes I wonder what really going on with Liberia. I don't know. Whether God turned his back on us because the pastor themselves are not real. They're doing their own thing. They're sitting there, George. We are bullying them over and over. Look what happened yesterday. Day before yesterday with Kia Zulu. Kia Zulu from District 17, or Unity Party representatives. Joshua went in District 17 to, he said he added a banjo road into his project. We don't know which of the project because Joshua just get up every morning and decide which road to be fixed. When we tell you that Liberia is a unitary state, yes, we practice democracy, but the executive decides where he wants to put his development. Now, Hassan Kiewu went there. When he got up to speak, they boo him. But what Hassan Kiewu don't understand that everybody out there was sedition. Everywhere George we are going, all sedition. Nobody just, no different people go there. No different people go there. Only sedition now. They know that Hassan Kiewu don't, and not that he don't like Joshua, but he's from another party. So when he got up to speak, they started to boo him, and he was still speaking. If it was me, I, as an elected official, I would tell them, say, listen, I understand most seditions are here right now because the president here, but I'm representing the district. That is why I am here. He's the president, and the development is in my community. Just tell them. But after they boo him, he had a guts to disgrace himself. I know he's not going to win again. He will not win, and even CDC will not win that district. But he disgraced himself saying that, oh, Mr. President, I just want to let you know that the news in the media is not that when they say Asake will want to push for your impeachment, it's not truth. It will never happen, Mr. President. You know, way back I was your bag ball, and you called 10 and before IE, and you went to Europe and whatsoever. I said, I never knew these guys are stupid people. Our representative just brought himself down saying that he was a bag ball to George Weah. So I started wondering, when Hassan Kiewu was a bag ball to George Weah, he know George Weah, yes, but I started thinking, when he went to IE, I was in IE at the time. Hassan Kiewu was never even an official of IE. So I started thinking, I said, well, how come Hassan Kiewu, he's called IE, then Monaco, and all the things. Now Joshua took the stage and said, little boy like Hassan, who was my bag ball in Gibraltar, Sonny Wen, all around today, he representatives. He a representative today. The men that are nurtured. I see why he's stupid, because George will nurture you, you stupid. If George will nurture you, you stupid. You stupid. Hassan Kiewu, he's a fool. He went to school for nothing. He disgraced himself, a representative. You go stand on stage and talking about your bag ball to George Weah. You're not winning next election. You over. You just open the floor, because I live in District 17 too. You just open it, and from the calls that I make there, he are just open it up for other people. You are a member of Unity Party. Then he said, Mr. President, if you're going for the second time, I will stand by you because you're developing a rule. Wow. That is the job of the president. What you guys don't understand, you continue to glorify Joshua. That Joshua's responsibility. Liberia is a unitary state. The executive can do everything from Nima County, Maryland, whatsoever. When it comes to development, is done by the executive. The representative ain't get a jack to say about it. They can propose from now to judgment. If the executive don't have it in their budget, in their plan, it will not work. So you guys, I don't understand you. Oh, Joshua will succeed. You put Joshua over Liberia. You're putting Joshua above Liberia. That is the problem. So even it's hard for us to realize Joshua things that he's doing. Look what happened. Just yesterday, few days ago, the president was going around. Yes, his supporters coming out, checking projects. That was fine. But then what happened again? It's overshadowed everything. You stop hearing Costa from traveling. You stop hearing. Then I look on Facebook. I see the so-called educated guys, because they're educated than me. I even reach them. The only difference is that I'm smarter than them. They educated than me, but I am smarter than every one of them because they are not even smart at all. From the Michael Gilman, the Yaya Sharif, the Prince Sharif, the Dan, they speak because I hope they paying them. Who told you that? You know, I got so mad. You can use or laissez passer whether you get passport or not. Even right in America, you got American passport, you can get an ID card, your passport ID card. You can travel anywhere in America with. The only thing, when you go into another country, you cannot use it because there's no way to put visa on just your ID card. But when you travel with a laissez passer to Liberia, you don't come out of it. He went there and the immigration boss admitted. You see, you guys, your people will be teaching you all these things. The immigration boss admitted that yes, it is not illegal. It is legal that you can travel with it depends on you, because the same thing Henry Costa were afraid of, that they wanted to seize his passport. What you seize his passport? This is, look, I am the winner. I said it over and over and over. Before Joshua took over, I said one of the biggest problems that will take place in Liberia will be freedom of speech and harassment, because I know Joshua. He will not talk. He enjoyed the power. How long the power will last for? How long? Just imagine the people can be singing around Joshua now. 12 years. He said, no, let's go to 6 years first. You think Joshua ain't know? You think that he don't know what's going on? To me, I don't think he knows about it. It looked like he knows about it, but he just want to be wicked. Why will you bring Henry Costa back into this thing? Why will you think you can't stop Henry Costa? You will use the power. If Henry Costa want to leave, he can leave anyway. But Henry Costa not going to sneak out of the country. He's not going to sneak out. So you'll leave it. You don't have security. He can leave Liberia anytime. If you want to arrest him, go ahead and arrest him. Henry Costa will be in jail. If one thing you do, you see, Henry Costa will still come to school. It's university. You can do this course. You can suspend this one. You can do the. You just raising Henry Costa up to contest against you in 2023. I think that's what you're trying to do. And you giving yourself a bad name with the international community. Forget me. I don't worry about ECOWAS. ECOWAS, they will try. But they themselves, their leaders are all corrupt. So they're not going to do nothing. But the Americans, the Europeans, your name will be all over. It was on BBC today that you stopped this man from traveling. And people laughing about Gilman on his show lying. The same way he lied about Yeke's wife in Ghana, she will not leave. They will put her out of Ghana. I don't know where they get the information from. These guys have never been to Liberia. They sit in America. And I hope they're paying you guys. But you guys have damaged your entire... Because after Joshua time, we will know you. We will know you. You will only mingle among the same people that you used to lie to. The people that listen to you, that's the people you will mingle among. Seriously. You will never run for public office. You will never work in government. If you don't work in the Joshua government, you will not work in the other government, because we know you already. We know you. You got to lie. Look, what is right is right. Costa was afraid to give his passport, and the justice minister admitted it. And all the way you say you're holding Costa still dealt with Joshua today again. He still dealt with Joshua. So your guy, you say first Costa will not going to get a visa to come back to America. I don't know where you can get your information from. Oh, they will not give Costa a visa to come to America. Oh, the man living on scam life. I was listening to some kind of post from Fred William. Oh, Henry Costa living a scam life and this and that. You a public servant from Grand Jury Association in the Americas. First, you started with Grand Jury Association in Philadelphia. You became president of Grand Jury Association in the Americas, and you broke it down, and now they got Grand Jury Association in the diaspora, and you the president, and they got two Grand Jury Association now. One in the diaspora, one in the Americas. That had never happened before. And then you want to talk about other people. You want to talk about someone. You know, sometimes I don't understand. I don't give a damn. Once you put yourself in the limelight, I've been a president of the Liberian Association in South Jersey. If you got any record of me, put it up there and criticize me, because I'm a public figure. I don't care. I'm a community leader. So if you get any record about me, any record, you get any record, you say you saw money in a yard that we won't get, publish it. I can tell you today. If you got any bad record about me, oh, the man's a criminal, publish it. I can tell you that. I guarantee I give you the go ahead. Anybody want to do it, you can go ahead and do it. But the fact is that we cannot damage our own country. People criticize it. This is the first time I see people, even right in this America, people criticize Donald Trump sometimes. These guys defend Donald Trump. Yes, they will tell you things, but they come back and make up their story. Why can't you do the same thing? Why, if someone criticizes Joshua, you got to insult them, you got to go personal with them? Why you got to go personal with them? The country is so divided. The country is divided right now. Right now, what time is it? What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. At the time, it was 10 o'clock. Go to Jamaica. It was 10 o'clock here. Go to Jamaica. And they're getting drunk. They're getting drunk. They're getting ready to have a retreat. While civil servant has not taken pay, you think CDC got money? CDC ain't got no damn money. That government money, the same thing Ellen did, she used the government money, so Joe, we are using it too. But it's not because Ellen did it, then you should do it. Where is the change? Change for hope. Where is the change for hope? Where is the change for hope, Mr. President? You promised the Liberian people that you are going to change their lives around. You promised. This is the other guy they call Akara Gray when he wear his military uniform, but he read it and he sought another lawmaker. This is Akara Gray from District 8. They ain't got nothing to say. Nothing to say. Whole day they own different thing. You say change for hope. You abusing the power. You abusing power. You dishonest. You disrespect the Liberian people. You only speak to sedition, Mr. President. Look at what young people who just graduated from University of Liberia. What's the future? What is the future? What are their futures in Liberia? What are they going to do? No job. No job. Look what the president did. He went to South Africa. The president got a mind to go to South Africa Conference Center and said that he will look for investors to come and take over Conference Center. Since this president took over, has there been any one investor that come in our country? One? No. No investors. It's not because of the protests. It's not because we're on social media. It's because of the government soliciting money, taking money from investors before even they start their projects. That is what's going on. I have never seen hungry people who been hungry for so long. It's just like how during the war, after the war, when they brought the beans, how some guy then ate the beans until they died. 6 cup of rice, 6 cup of beans. Yes. That is how the garden they're eating, getting rich. Getting rich. Look at the same thing. The same thing they were complaining about. They caused Ellen. They demonstrated every day. Every day. They demonstrated. Every day. Now, people demonstrate. How many demonstrations so far? Just little demonstrations are scaring you. You're scared of Henry Costa? You're scared of Henry Costa? You're scared of Henry Costa? You guys are promoting Henry Costa big time. I can tell you that. That's the biggest mistake you're making in your life. The biggest mistake. Because the world will listen to Henry Costa. I'm not supporting Henry Costa for president. But anybody who can come out right now to challenge George, I will support that person. Anybody. Anybody. The good thing is that my life is not depending on George Weah. I'm not looking for a job from nobody. Even the people who want to run for president, I don't need them. If there's anything, they need me. So I don't need them. So my eating pay is not in George Weah's place. Oh, you can't go to Liberia. I don't need to go to Liberia. I got my children to take care of. I will take care of my family. But one thing I can promise you, it's just cowardness As I was listening to Yeke's wife, why try to go after the man family? When you in politics, get with one of those, one of those who even preach about it, that you don't get the family involved. Your wife, your kids never put you into politics, Mr. President. Why we should go against your son who playing football? No. Some people get to say, oh, in fact, let me just say that George Weah, brother Clarence Weah, he's so funny. He's standing up. He's in. You know how bad it is. You know, sometimes I need to record these things. He in Fargo at our close center talking about Henry Costa. Let's say pass will expire. Let man, we ain't go to like bro long time. His brother president. Maybe he ain't got a papier. His brother president, he ain't go there yet, but he's sitting here and try to do. He himself don't know that he in a risk. You're not enjoying your brother. Your brother don't speak to you already. But you can't go home. Look, it's so bad. It's so bad. This year, I hope this president try his best to unite the people. The division that in Liberia is bad. It's serious. It's serious, but this president will not change. I can say that he will not change. George Weah will never, ever change. And once George Weah will not change, he will not make it. I'm serious. And let's just wait for the next 6 months, 7 months, and see. Joshua will not make it. You can go and pave all the small road, Mr. President. The bigger issue. So it's like the president tell, and he goes and brag about it. Oh, I'm only here to build roads. The next person that can will do something else. So you're trying to tell me the lives of the people are not matter so much? You only there to build roads? When I hear people talking, what damage the road to Banjo? One of them say it never happened before. For the first time, I only job that Banjo road, the one I go to South Africa, that road was paved. That they see Ecomo, the war, everything damaged it. Why are we quick to forget? What? I'm not going to talk on the issue, the Costa issue, because it make no sense to me. Costa will miss classes, but he will leave the country. You cannot, you put Costa in jail, you're wasting your time, Mr. President. Costa will make it, you do it, you'll be putting, and you will pay for it. You will definitely pay for it. And I can promise anybody here, you will pay for it. Because your time will be over and you don't know who's going to be the next person. And you know the painful part, all the things, I was sitting there watching, just before I came watching Prince Johnson and Doe. All the things that Doe did. But when I saw Doe sitting over there, I watched that tape. Tears came in my eyes when Doe was begging. When Doe was begging. Look, right now, Charles Taylor wish he could replay his tape to do something different. Charles Taylor wish that he could have listened to the international community like what Ellen did. But Charles Taylor never listened to the international community. He drove ECOMO out of that country. That we are sovereign nation. He drove them out of that country. And then what happened? Ulimo, Model, and Lloyd came in. You see there? But he never listened. He should have kept ECOMO there because the agreement was 300, I think 300 or 500 between there should be rotating every 3 months or 5 months. But where's Chancellor today? He's in a little 2x2. Or I know, he's in a small little room on a small little bed. The man who had everything. So do you really sit and think, Mr. President? I never thought that George Weah would ever, with all the things to get pissed off with people and not to speak to them, but to tell the police, to tell his justice ministry. Then Henry Costa said that Sereno Cephas, criminal Sereno Cephas, who stole from Henry Costa too, because everybody know him. Even the international community condemned him. He's a former rebel of Charles Taylor. Say that, you're trying to put a report together so we can indict that man. They want to indict Henry Costa. What good they going to do for? What will be his charges? You said in front of the main lawyer that you can't. He ain't got no case. You can't blame me, but you just want to do investigation that it was fraud. If I put in for my passport or my traveling document and you give it, what I got to do with your ministry? Who forged it or who forged it? Who cares? Eh? That today you got a president who is citizen right now, put me on record, of United States of America. That is why Joshua never came to America when he was senator, because they took him for child support. We got a first lady who's a Jamaican American. She voted in Liberia. You guys allow her to vote. She was not a Liberian citizen. You got Zoka Wilson, who's an American citizen. He's Minister of Labor. They in Liberia. They use Liberian passport. They go and come. Sometimes they don't even use the American passport. He got 2 passports. He used the American passport from here. When he get there, they stamp it for him. Then he used the Liberian passport in Africa, around Africa. All those ones, y'all know them. The real issue that Henry Costa, I will embarrass Henry Costa. He's not going. Y'all just stop him. Henry Costa not going to run away. Henry Costa, y'all get security. Henry Costa can leave and go through the border and go anywhere. Your same people can get him out. Your own brother, your cousin, Augustine Weir, he left the country, you know. You ever try to investigate how Augustine Weir left the country? No. So why embarrass yourself when Costa going to win? When Costa going to win, what the court going to do? Send Costa to jail for how long? He's a young man, Mr. President. What you need to do, if you kill Henry Costa, then maybe we know you're serious. Then you're serious. And Liberians who are supporting Henry Costa, you need to speak. I would not worry, but look, I said everything. I'm not here to convince no sedition. I'm not here to convince sedition. And after my show, I go through the comments. If I catch one sedition insulting, I block you. I'm not here to convince you. You're not voting. You got no power. You will stay in America. You only do your own thing. But I block you. I'm not you myself. I'm not going to get on no Facebook wall. It is my right under the Constitution of Liberia to speak out, to speak on the wrongdoing. Josh myself, we have never forced as my friend. I know him, he know this name, but I will not put friendship over Liberia, and I will not put family over Liberia. Liberia is for every Liberian. We want to see the day that every Liberian will be able to say, this is the 20. Look, we're in a modern world. We're in a modern times where the internet, this social media thing is so powerful. The young people now, even your own children now, you don't talk to them too much. They know their rights. The children, you don't talk to them like that anymore. It's not because our forefathers did the same thing to bow down to the leader, so we should continue to do the same thing like brothers of farm. Everything is for Joshua, me. Oh, the president. Oh, thank you, Mr. President, for building roads. That's his responsibility. And in fact, y'all are stupid people. Because Joshua said it the other day. He said, no, don't thank me. That is my responsibility to do it. You see what I say? Sometimes Joshua know he can be talking about. He said, that is my responsibility. You need to thank me. Thanking the president for what? Thanking the president for what? Look, leadership is not about popularity. It's not a popularity contest. It's not popularity contest. Leadership. No. It's not because he's popular. That means, oh yes, we got to get in there. We got to bring it in. Let me just put something on here. Okay. You see here what they because sometimes we ourselves, we don't even know. You see? Okay, let me take this one. And I'll put it back again. Effective leadership is not a popularity contest. It is about achieving results with integrity. Eh? Yes, about integrity is what the people look at. It's not a popularity contest. Is this president have integrity? No. Is this president honest? No. He's not honest. He's not honest to the Liberian people. That is why today, they have long been stealing in Liberia, but there's a stealing that they did that really choked this president, that he can never answer that question anymore in his life. He would never ever. Look here. He and his little boy, Samuel Twe. You all saw the post. It was an old post about Dr. Famule on Samuel Twe. Yeah. So this president just building look at the house. Look at, within no time, this president have enriched himself. Within no time. No time, oh. This president, yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Then you expect us to shut up and don't say nothing. If things were good in the country, maybe we're not going to notice all these things that Joshua did. Liberian people are not going to notice it. Look, there are corruption in other countries. Ghana is corrupt more than Liberia. The only thing is that there are things in Ghana that people doing. The Ghanaians go about the business. They're doing good. But the president, right now, the president has no problem. In Senegal, the president has a problem. In Guinea, even Sierra Leone today, the president got a problem. But there are certain things that they're doing. That is why the problems are not coming up. Right now, the people accusing Mali Bio for some money. In Ghana, the same thing. But it's hard for you to hear it because they stay doing their best. They're not showing it out. Sometimes it's just speculation. But our own, we see the physical. If this president loved the Liberian people, you're going to declare asset. Let me tell you the real truth. You're going to declare asset. But every one of them going against the code of conduct. Every one of them. That's all these things we need to talk about. To change Liberia, we need law and order. We don't need no political appointees to go on a political rally. The time Samuel Twe was supposed to sit in his office, but he and Magay, they gone to CDC head office, attacking other people. You got and political appointee Eugene Fagon talking about Henry Costa will soon die. I posted it and I will not remove that post. The plans fail. They stay embarrassed. When you kill Henry Costa, 10,000 Henry Costa might come up. You don't know. Maybe he's a sacrificial lamb. But if you try it, the whole war, it will be the end of this government. It will be the end. Let sleeping dogs lie. You're leaving. You're continuing to push a situation that you know that it will backfire. You not know Saudi Arabia. You not know Egypt or Dubai that got money. Liberia is a poor little place. There's nothing you guys can do. You're just stealing, but still at the end of the day, you'll come back broke. At the end of the day, you guys are broke. With all the nonsense, you're still broke. So, I will open the phone line. I got something here I want to show. The phone freezing up, man. Okay, guys. Now, We try every day. We want to see how best we can help. But it's hard. It's hard. How can you help when every day there's new things coming up? How can you help? And let me tell you, citizens, maybe you're doing, maybe your eyes are closed. For us and for me especially, I can notice things. Certain things I notice. You trying to show a crowd, you concerned about the crowd around Joshua. Within yourself, the Joshua that we know, the crowd that he pull up, the crowd that he can pull up, is this the same crowd Joshua got? You get a bunch of small children now. Even some of the children are there now, they might not be able to vote 2023. The children who running behind Joshua right now, they will not be ready for 2023. They will not. They will not be ready for 2023. We've seen them. Look, it just tells us that Liberians, we're not ready. And we know money play a big role when it comes to elections. Joshua can come out with another $2 million, $3 million from government money and just divide money like bread, but they will vote for him. That is why Joshua bragging that he will win the election come 2023. And all the way we know that his popularity and his workmanship, his work ethic is bad. But Joshua winning the election 2023 is about 90%. I can tell anybody that. Joshua will win the election come 2023. You know why? Because the oppositions are not strong enough. The opposition has not